We're excited to release our newest program design tool, Optimizing Primary Exercise Macrocycles. There is a resource dedicated to each primary lift: overhead press, incline press, bench press, dip, squat, front squat, and deadlift. Within each resource, we're going to cover the 3 most common areas of technical breakdown. And then within each technical breakdown, we're going to cover it for your novice, intermediate, and advanced trainees. Each resource is over 90 pages long. We're going to tell you how to use the resource, explain how we define training age, explain each technical breakdown, provide specialty techniques you can apply to exercises, and then take a deep dive into each technical breakdown. We'll provide a microcycle split and then really get into the fun stuff. I'm going to tag Team Porrick so he can show you some of the meat and potatoes of the resource.
The example we're going to look at is incline press, sticking point at mid-range, intensification 1 for the advanced trainee. All areas of technical breakdown have a full macrocycle provided. So accumulation 1, intensification 1, accumulation 2, intensification 2. So this will allow for 12 weeks of training, assuming 3-week long mesocycles. Let's have a closer look to see what's inside the resource. Starting with the primary exercises, we've got incline press and chin up variation. So starting with the chin up. You'll notice the chin up has 2 distinct variations, a standard chin up and a lean away chin up. Outside of that, it's only grip width that is going to be the differential. How we would look at this in terms of program design is the upper back the weakness that is holding back the trainee's ability to progress in incline press. If it is, the lean away chin up would be a fantastic exercise selection choice here, as it's going to impose a greater eccentric overload for the upper back musculature. This is going to be great for strength adaptations further on in the macrocycle. If not, the standard chin up variation would probably be the better choice. This is going to have less recovery demands and allow for us to place greater emphasis somewhere else within the training program. For the incline press, you'll notice it is associated with specialty techniques. Specialty techniques are listed in an order of complexity, so from least complex to most complex. This is just to help provide you a gauge to the level of complexity that you're going to be implementing with the trainee. So for the assistance lifts, we got decline press variation and row variation. So for the decline press, you'll see that there is 15 and 25 degree decline options and either a barbell close grip or a dumbbell variation. So the rationale behind this is as trainees get more advanced, the getting into and out of decline with heavy dumbbells can become quite hazardous. So just from a safety aspect, it's sometimes better to choose a close grip barbell variation. And then the close grip barbell really overload the triceps and have a greater range of motion than a normal mid grip barbell press. So it's a great assistance exercise. For the row variation, you'll notice that there's both unilateral and bilateral choices. So with a similar thought process to the chin up variation above, if the upper back is the area holding back the trainee's progress, using a unilateral variation may be very beneficial here for the increased neural drive to the musculature and potentially better strength adaptation. If not, the bilateral exercise may be the better choice because it's going to account for a better work to rest ratio with the bilateral B1 decline press exercise. So both of them have their merits, but you'd be implementing them for different reasons. Moving on to the remedial exercise, we've got elbow extension and elbow flexion. For the elbow extension, we've got incline bench tricep extension. So the triceps are obviously very important in the incline press, and what we're doing here is we're going to try and train them at a similar angle that they have to express force during the incline press. For the elbow flexion, we've chosen elbow flexion variations that are going to have more of an emphasis on the brachioradialis. This is going to help create better stability of the barbell when we're pressing, and it's just going to allow for better force exertion. Moving on to upper body 2 primary exercise. So it's very similar thought process with the upper body 2 primaries. The dip is going to be your primary pressing exercise. It's the 90 degree principle, so 90 degrees from your incline press. And then for the pull-up, you've got the standard pull-up and a subscapularis pull-up with the same thought process. If they have a weak upper back, the subscapularis would be a better choice here to really drive the eccentric overload. But if the trainee has poor recoverability, including both the subscapularis pull-up and the lean away chin-up, may be too much for them. So this is the element of program design that you would have to pick and choose between what do you think is going to be more beneficial for the trainee. The assistance exercises, an incline press variation and a row variation. So the incline press variations, we got a 55-degree incline and a 45-degree incline. So we know angles above have strength carryover to angles below. So due to this, we're going to choose angles above for our assistance work to help drive greater strength adaptation. We also know close grip pressing has a carryover to wider grip pressing, and that's why you'll see a lot of close grip presses for assistance work also. Here we also have the choice between a normal barbell and a thick barbell. So if the trainee struggles with stability and that is somewhat their limiting factor to get through their sticking point, using a thick barbell is going to challenge this more. The thick bar is also going to help tap into a new greater pool of motor units, so it's going to allow for new adaptations. For the row variation, it's going to dimmer to the upper body one, bilateral and unilateral, and we choose based on the needs of the client. So for the remedial exercises, we've got shoulder external rotation and shoulder flexion. For the shoulder external rotation, we have chosen variations that are going to overload the shortened range of the shoulder external rotators. This is going to be very specific to the sticking point at mid-range for the incline press. So this is a highly specific exercise selection for this issue. The shoulder flexion, we have choice between a trap 3 variation and a front raise variation. If the client has a weak lower trap or upper back, the trap 3 variation is going to be the better choice, and then we have provided variations that are going to ensure that there is overload of the trap 3 while at the humerus to torso angle that will be trained during the incline press. For the front raise, anterior delt is more of a weakness. This is where the front raise be implemented, and then we've again altered the torso angle so that the area of overload is greatest where it is going to be needed to work for the incline press.
Thanks, Porrick. As you can see, we have designed these resources to provide a cheat sheet behind our thought process on program design and exercise selection. However, you must still apply critical thinking and think deeper to make your final exercise selection choices. Each resource is available individually, or you can purchase all 7 as a bundle. We think it's one of those gotta catch 'em all situations. Have fun!